What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about who I think would be the most exciting champion in each UFC weight class. So let's get right into it. With flyweight, I think Kai Kara France would be the most exciting champion because he has the most power at flyweight. He's definitely the hardest hitting flyweight. He's very well rounded, so it's going to be very hard to just hold him down and control him on the ground. He's got good takedown defense, good scrambles. He's got good defense on the ground. He's just a very well rounded fighter. Um, and his boxing is very good. He hits crazy hard, like you saw in his last fight, knocking out Steve Erceg. Pantoja has a lot of power in his hands, and he couldn't even really hurt Erceg on the feet. So it was very impressive for Kai to be able to go out there and do that. And we've just seen him consistently have good fights at flyweight throughout the years. Like every fight he has is entertaining. So I think Kai would be a great champion, and I think we could see him as champion by the end of the year because I think he has a very real chance of beating Pantoja. Um, Pantoja is going to have to respect his power. He cannot just walk Kai Kara France down like he does everybody else. Dude, this little shit will not stop climbing on my desk. Every time I make a video. It's crazy. But yeah, like I was saying, Kai Kara France, I think he could be a champion by the end of the year because Pantoja is going to have to respect his power. It's not going to be easy for Pantoja to take him down and just get on his back and submit him or control him. Um, I think he's a very tough matchup for Pantoja. So I think it's very possible that we see this happen. But yeah, I think Kai would be the most entertaining champion. But on to bantamweight. I've got Peter Yan because um, have you ever seen a boring Peter Yan fight where he's won? I'm just saying. The only like kind of boring fights he's had are the ones where he just gets out grappled. And I think there's only one person capable of doing that, and it's Merab. And we've seen it happen. And that fight wasn't even bad because Merab was beating him up on the feet too. Um, but I think Peter Yan is just one of the most consistently entertaining fighters at bantamweight. He's also one of the most technical fighters. He's extremely well rounded. Um, his boxing is elite. His kicks are elite. Everything about Peter Yan and his fight style is just elite. He's one of the most skilled fighters in UFC history. So every fight with Peter Yan is gonna be good. So yeah, I think he would be the most exciting champ at bantamweight. But there are a lot of guys at bantamweight. I just think Peter Yan has to be the most entertaining. Like, um, his fight with Sean O'Malley was amazing. His fight with Corey Sandhagen was amazing. His fight with Figueiredo was great. Um, his fights are just great. Very entertaining fight style. One of my favorite fight styles in the UFC. But on to featherweight. Take a guess, guys. It's Diego Lopez. He goes out there looking to take people's heads off, and he's got crazy power for featherweight. He's got amazing submissions, so it's very hard to just control him, because even off of his back, he's so dangerous. Even against the best grapplers like Mavzar, who is not easy to get in submissions, like um, Diego Lopez is probably the only guy who could do what he was able to do against Mavzar. So I think he's got some of the best submissions in the weight class. He's one of the hardest hitters, and he's just got a very entertaining style. It's like kill or be killed with Diego Lopez. So I think he would have good fights with every title fight that he has, every fight in general. So if he ends up being champion and beating Volk, I will be sad because I love Volkanovski, but I think Lopez would be incredibly entertaining as a champion. So yeah, tell me you don't want to watch Diego Lopez versus Arnold Allen. Like that would be insane because Arnold Allen has a great chin. Um, he's also very well rounded. I think he would have a scrap with Diego Lopez. I don't think Lopez would just finish him easily. Lopez versus Yair, that would be an amazing fight. Lopez versus Mavzar was great the first time. It'll probably be great again. Lopez versus Josh Emmett. Just Lopez versus fucking everybody. It's gonna be great if he does get the belt. So I think it'd be very entertaining. But onto lightweight, I've got Ilya Topuria. He's knocking everybody out. If he keeps knocking everybody out, then he's gotta be like the most exciting champion in the UFC. Best boxer of all time in the UFC. The best boxing of all time, not the best boxer. He's not just a boxer, but he has the best boxing ever in the UFC. And yeah, I just his fights are not boring. They're good the whole way through, and you're on the edge of your seat the whole time because you're like, oh, he can knock this guy out at any time. So yeah, Ilya definitely would be the most entertaining lightweight champion. They have to make Ilya versus Makhachev. I don't know why people are even talking about Ilya or no, Islam versus Gaethje. I don't know why people are talking about that. Get it out of here. It's Ilya versus Makhachev. That is the fight that we want to see. If you think otherwise, then I think you're fucking nuts. Okay, I think you're crazy. But yeah, I think Ilya would definitely be the most entertaining champ at lightweight. But there's so many fighters that could be entertaining. Like obviously Gaethje, Charles, Arman would be a great champion. Islam is a great champion. So there's not a shortage of entertaining champs at lightweight. But I just think out of all of them, out of all the potential options, um, it would have to be Ilya. So yeah, on to welterweight. I've got Jack Della Maddalena. Um, JDM, he is always looking for a finish. That's the number one quality that entertaining fighters have. Is they're not there to win a decision. They're not there to win the fight. They are in there to kill the other fighter. They go in there ready to take a life. Okay, JDM goes in there looking to take people's heads off. His boxing is some of the best in the UFC ever. Right there with Ilya. My cat is about to mess with my camera, dude. Don't fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Okay, but yeah, his boxing is up there with some of the best ever. The way he mixes up body shots and his combinations is amazing, and he's always active on the ground too. So it's not easy to just take him down and hold him there. People are able to take him down. We've seen him get taken down before, but what happens? He always gets back up and then he beats the shit out of them on the feet because he's not scared of getting taken down. He knows he can get back up. Um, yeah, I think without question, JDM would be the most exciting champion because he'd be getting in scraps with everybody. Imagine JDM versus Shavkat, dude. It would be one of the best fights ever. Like it just has war screaming all over it. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big JDM fan, and I think he will be champion, and I think he will be one of the most exciting champions in the UFC. So on to middleweight. This is obvious. It's DDP. Drake is a Duplessis. Um, Captain Underpants. The Captain Underpants Blitz is undefeated. So, um, you can't get a more entertaining champ than DDP. Because, like I said earlier, there's two types of fighters. They go in there looking to win, and then they go in there looking to kill their opponent. DDP is ready to kill somebody when he gets in the cage. So, I think just he's always looking for a finish, right? He's very well rounded, so when he takes you down, you're in danger the whole time. It's not like he's just gonna lay on you. In the striking, he's not there to win a decision. He's trying to take your head off with everything he throws. He throws a wide variety of strikes. He'll throw spinning back kicks. He'll throw head kicks with his lead leg. He'll throw switch kicks. He'll throw kicks with his rear leg. He switches stances. He blitz forward with punches. Like, he's got everything. He throws so many strikes. Motherfucker will throw spinning wheel kicks, and then he'll just jump for no reason and not do anything. And then he'll headbutt you in the chest and then get a takedown. He'll do a fucking rolling thunder. DDP is one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC. And I just don't see who could be more entertaining of a champion because DDP comes to fight every time and he makes it a war and he always comes out on top because he's just built different, dude. Some of these champions, or just some of these fighters in general, are just fucking built different. Like, Ilya, the way he hits, his power, he's built different. DDP is one of those guys. He's built different. And this guy, Yuri Prohaska, he's built different. Good luck knocking Yuri out if you're not Alex Pereira. Good luck taking him down and submitting him. He takes your head off with every strike he throws. He's got one of the best chins in the UFC. He's always going forward. Yuri would undoubtedly be the most entertaining champion at light heavyweight. Okay, um, look at his fight with Glover. Look at his fight with Hill. Look at his fight with Reyes. All of his fights. His fight with Rakic. That motherfucker made Rakic look like he was a world beater for a round, and then he comes back and knocks Rakic out. Um, like he made Rakic entertaining. Okay, imagine how good Yuri versus Magomed would be. I need that fight. Um, Yuri would just—he's the most entertaining fighter in the UFC. Um, I don't know how you can get much better than him. I think the champions that we have right now, DDP and Ilya, they are two of the most entertaining fighters. Add Yuri and JDM as champion, and it might be the best set of champions that the UFC has ever had. But yeah, Yuri Prohaska has to be the most entertaining champion at light heavyweight if he does get the belt back. Um, I don't know who could do better. Like Pereira is getting a bunch of knockouts and it was awesome, but Yuri gets knockouts too. Every fight he has is a knockout, and it's a war in between. So yeah, I think it's got to be Yuri. But on to heavyweight, I've got Tom Aspinall because he's smoking everybody in 1 minute. So every time he fights, you're on the edge of your seat. You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? I can't look away. And if it gets past the minute mark, you're like, wow, we're far into the fight, dude. We're in deep waters here. And then, maybe he'll get a finish 3 minutes in. So it's got to be Big Tom, smoking everybody, knocking everybody out. And he's going to knock John Jones out, too. So let me know what you guys think. I'll give a quick recap. So for heavyweight, we've got Tom. We got Yuri for light heavyweight. Middleweight, DDP. Welterweight, Jack Della. Lightweight, Ilia Topuria. Featherweight, Diego Lopez. Bantamweight, Peter Yan. And flyweight, Kai Kara France. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and goodbye.